Several clinicians, scientists and public health professionals have raised concerns regarding the non-scientific use of plasma to treat COVID-19 victims. In an open letter to the principal scientific advisor to the government, the health experts claimed that the studies suggest that the use of convalescent plasma is not fruitful in the treatment of COVID-19 patients, yet it is being administered at a massive scale in hospitals across India. Now, these are the charges which are being made, and we have a panel of experts joining us in this broadcast of The Big Story to throw more light on it and to answer the frequently asked questions on plasma therapy. We're being joined by a very esteemed panel right now. We have Dr. Praveen Chandra, who is the chairman of Structural Heart and Interventional Cardiology from Medanta, the Medicity. Dr. Harshvardhan Puri, Senior Consultant, Thoracic Surgery, Medanta. And Dr. Animesh Agarwal, who is the HOD Cardiology of Jindal Institute of Medical Sciences from Hisar. They're joining us live to take us through the most asked questions about plasma therapy. Dr. Praveen Chandra, if my first question would be to you, and the most important question that a lot of viewers who are watching the channel would want to know is, what is plasma therapy? And for how long has it been used in India, not just in COVID patients, but in possibly other treatments as well?
So, very nice question and a very interesting aspect of COVID treatment we are going to discuss today with my esteemed colleagues here. So, first of all, people must be wondering why a heart specialist or a cardiologist is discussing COVID treatment. So, let me tell you, this disease has come in such a big way that we need more people, more hands, and as many number of people are available to treat these patients or to give advices is very, very important. And that's how we got plugged in. And these days, and since in Medanta, as you already know, we started, the hospital started treating these patients from very, very early on. And the experience which we have been seeing, and also, sometimes interacting with these patients, my colleagues. So the information from the experience and from the evidence which has accrued over a period of time is that plasma therapy is a therapy which was initially used to reduce the symptoms and decrease the severity of the disease when these patients became very severe. But then we learned that it was really not of much use, because studies showed that the use of plasma was of no extra benefit to these patients who were having severe disease. An ICMR study was also done, and we were also part of that study. And also other studies have shown that the benefit is not that much. However, there are two studies which showed that there is some benefit in mild to moderate disease. Again, the question is whether we really need to use plasma in these patients. So overall, I can just give you a summary that at the moment, there is no big use or advantage of using convalescent plasma, which many times people in general are talking about donate plasma, donate plasma. Really, I can tell you that the use is not that much. So please do not rush to do all that. And I hope my colleagues agree with this.
Yes, a very important point you're making there, Dr. Praveen Chandra, because even in the first wave, we saw a lot of people making that demand for making that appeals, in fact, to go and donate plasma, even setting up plasma donation banks. So it is very important to get these answers, to get answers to these questions as well. Dr. Animesh Agarwal, my next question would be to you. Taking forward what Dr. Praveen Chandra has said, would you too believe that is plasma therapy a sure-shot method of COVID treatment?
Yeah, as Dr. Chandra has already told us that plasma therapy as a universal tool or as a gold standard therapy to treat COVID patients, no study has shown that benefit. Actually, some studies conducted in US showed that if plasma therapy is given to a limited subset of patients who are immunocompromised, who are elderly, who are having uncontrolled diabetes mellitus, and that too, if it is given in a very limited window of opportunity, maybe as early as 3 days of the starting of symptoms, it may prove helpful. But still, there is a lot of conflicting data, which some data supports the use of plasma therapy to shorten the duration of disease and to decrease the severity of illness, while other trials, as Dr. Chandra mentioned, conducted by ICMR and two studies from Oxford University and one study in Argentina, have not shown any benefit of COVID plasma therapy in COVID patients. So a rampant, indiscriminate use of plasma therapy in patients who have already progressed to a severe disease, and the patients are in 15th or 20th day of therapy and have poor CT scores, plasma therapy does not seem to provide much benefit. And we have to understand that we should not treat plasma therapy as some kind of a holy nectar that it can cure all kind of COVID. There is no real data to show that. Yeah.
Yes, and that was going to be my next question as well, Dr. Agarwal. If there is enough evidence, and what has been the success rate of plasma therapy as a mode of treatment? So if Dr. Harshvardhan Puri could answer that question.
Good afternoon. I will agree to whatever esteemed panel is saying, that this plasma therapy now in 2021 present status, the FDA has given only approval or benefit of this therapy in a very, very small subset of patient, which is hospitalized patient with moderate to severe disease who do not require mechanical ventilation with reduced humoral immunity or immunocompromised status. Only this subset of patient, which is very, very, very less number, may benefit from plasma therapy. Rest of the patients don't need it. It is not showing any benefit. All the guidelines like CDC, the AIMS new protocol, the ISDA, all guidelines, all studies like the recovery trial and everything showed no extra benefits. The primary endpoint of all these studies was reduction in mortality, and none of the study has showed any reduction of mortality with the use of plasma. So it's our appeal to people that don't rush to get plasma as well as donate plasma if your doctor is not advising that. And most of the doctors are not advising plasma therapy at the moment.
Okay, Dr. Praveen Chandra, I would like to take my next question to you then. Now that we're talking about plasma therapy, what is the downside of plasma therapy? If you could elaborate on what could possibly go wrong while during the therapy, during the treatment using this method.
Plasma therapy as such is not a very dangerous therapy or any, with serious concerns. The only concern is that arranging plasma is the biggest concern when it has to be given. And it used to be a huge, kind of a rush to find out a donor and get the plasma and give it to the, through the hospital. So that was the biggest side effect of this plasma therapy, I must say. Otherwise, it does not have major side effects. But the problem here is it doesn't give to any benefit to the patient, as we have already studied. Although we came to know about this after doing these studies, and these studies were not available in the first phase when we were actually using it. Now in the second phase, we have all these results which are available. We should use that information and try to be more specific and only use it, as Animesh said, in the first 3 to 5 days. And that window is really not that much. So I think, at this point in time, the practical use of plasma will be very, very limited. However, at the same time, I must say that the side effects are minimal. And the only side effect which can happen is sometimes allergic reactions or some kind of a, transmission of if it has not been tested properly for other, viruses or infections inside the plasma.
Okay, Dr. Animesh Agarwal, taking forward what Dr. Praveen Chandra is saying, if you could also, just in case, if there is a situation, if plasma has to be donated for treatment, in the rarest of the rare cases, in those situations, who can donate plasma and how can plasma be donated to the patient?
Yeah, to answer that question of yours, we need to understand what actually is convalescent plasma therapy. The convalescent plasma therapy is a therapy which has been in use to treat various viral illnesses. In some form, it has been sometimes useful, sometimes not so useful. It has been used in the treatment of diphtheria, in influenza, in the early 1900s. So it is a kind of a passive immunization in which we are administering the antibodies which are present in plasma. Plasma is the component of blood which is devoid of blood cells and contains antibodies and many other proteins. the antibodies which are passively administered from a patient who has recovered from COVID, if administered to a patient who is having less immunity to fight the disease or is suffering from mild to moderate disease, can help him overcome the disease by developing better immunity to fight the disease. So this is the idea behind using the plasma therapy, convalescent plasma therapy as we call it, in COVID patients. The convalescent plasma therapy convalescent plasma has to be derived from a patient who has recovered at least a month before. He has recovered from COVID at least a month before donating the plasma, and he has reasonable titers of antibodies present in his plasma. If that patient donates his plasma to a COVID patient, it can help the COVID patient if the plasma is administered very early in the course of illness and in a limited subset of patients, as I told you before, that if it administered in elderly immunocompromised patients who are in some kind of anti-cancer therapy or immunosuppressive therapy or having uncontrolled diabetes, then it has shown some benefit. Like US FDA, doctor told that US FDA has provided emergency approval for use of plasma therapy in a limited subset of patients, but still there are conflicting guidelines coming from the US authorities also. The National Institute of Health and American Association of Blood Banks has prohibited the use of plasma therapy in any form of treatment of COVID patients. So plasma therapy can be used. It should be used judicially in a very limited subset of patients, but it should not be used as a golden drug or a last resort that when everything has been tried, the steroids have been tried, remdesivir has been tried, tocilizumab has been tried, and now when we have nothing to do, we are transfusing plasma, convalescent plasma. It is not going to do any good. It may not do any harm. That's okay, but it ends up giving false hope and increases the kind of clamor in the society that some kind of a drug, if could have been given to our patient, would have saved our patient. It does not do so. That's what my submission is.
Okay. Dr. Harshvardhan Puri, my final question in this edition that we are having right now on where we're taking questions on plasma therapy, if you could answer a question on whether there are any alternate effective therapies or treatment methods which could be used instead of plasma therapy for COVID patients.
See, the point is that COVID has no specific management. COVID is a viral disease. 95% of the patient will fall into the self-remitting and mild category, which can be isolated at home and treated by simple paracetamol and all. Only 3% will fall into the moderate category and only 2% will fall into the severe category. The problem with COVID is COVID per se doesn't cause harm. The exaggerated immune response of the patient and the inflammation in his body due to COVID causes the whole catastrophe in the COVID patient. So it doesn't have any specific drug. So most of these plasma therapies which we are talking on media and people are getting mad about, like remdesivir and plasma, are not the treatment per se, are not drugs for COVID. They may help in few patients, but the subset of that in which they are helping is very less, and it has to be decided by the treating physician or the ICU team in which patients these drugs have to be used. So please don't, I want to tell your viewers that don't fall into the trap of that if remdesivir is not given or given to my patient, he will develop, he will survive, or he will turn from a severe to moderate patient, or if plasma is not, the doctor is not giving plasma to my patient, he is doing something wrong. So let it be the doctor be the deciding point of giving the treatment, and let them do their work sincerely and properly. Please don't interfere into the treatment protocols of the doctors. What is happening is when people are taking, like if plasma is a Ramban Dava or the holy nectar which has to be given to all the patients admitted in the hospital. It's not so, and it is creating a lot of confusion also.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dr. Harshvardhan Puri, for answering those questions. And I would also like to thank Dr. Praveen Chandra and Dr. Animesh Agarwal for joining us in this broadcast and answering these very important questions on plasma therapy, a therapy that has been talked about for last 1 year since the onset of COVID pandemic in the world. And now we are having some concrete answers as well on whether this therapy should be used or not. The debate is still open, but thank you very much, doctors, for joining us in this coverage.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.